Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about what I think that Bassmaster, specifically Bassmaster, should do about forward-facing sonar for the upcoming tournament season. Everybody that's been around bass fishing and bass tournament fishing knows that forward-facing sonar has been a hot button issue just because of, people think it's cheating. There's a lot of professional anglers that really don't like it. And you can't mention forward-facing sonar without Randy showing up. Hey, Randy. All jokes aside, there's just a lot of controversy about it. But I'm going to give my suggestion. I'm going to explain a little bit why. And so hang on with me here. So if you look at this diagram here, this is kind of what I think they should do with the tournament structure. So the first 2 days, I think that they should allow the anglers to fish using live side imaging, every little thing that they have in these electronics, and continue to let them use that for the first 2 days. And after the initial 2 days, once they narrow the field down and going into the final day also, I think they should not be able to use live imaging. They can use the 360 imaging, they can use the 2D sonar, they can use their mapping, they can use side imaging, down imaging, but no longer use forward-facing sonar. So here's my thought process on that, and the reason why I think that would be better for the sport, better for the viewers, and that is because when it comes down to it, these companies for these electronics come with a lot of sponsorship dollars, but the key thing is the sponsorship dollars are tied to viewership, because the sponsorship wants to get their ads and their products in front of viewing possible customers, and if people aren't watching it, then it'll drop off. Now, I know that with tournament fishing especially, a lot of people watch the lives. It's not like traditional TV. Whenever I was a kid, I used to watch the Bassmaster shows on Sundays that they would show. It was like the recap. But now with all the lives and everything, I think it's really hard to capture what viewership really looks like. Most people say that they just don't enjoy watching professional bass fishing anymore. And I think it's becoming more and more prevalent because they're literally just staring down at these screens. And when you look at boats like Ben Milliken's boat, I mean, that screen on the front is ridiculous. And I've seen some crazy videos where they've had ridiculous amounts of screens. I think Chris Zaldane made a video where he went around people's boats and talked about how much in just electronics that they had on their boat. And it was absolutely insane. But I just think that if they did this, it would be really cool to watch the first 2 days, see how they're still able to use it. That still puts that product in front of people for the sonar companies. But then the last 2 days, it would also show their flexibility as a professional angler to see if they can, if that whole thing flip-flops, who comes out on top. It would force those anglers that are really good at forward-facing sonar to rely on other things and really hone other skills. And when they're pre-fishing or whatever, to find other spots other than just those deep fish that they're catching, usually with just like a jig head with a minnow profile soft plastic. And that's the other problem, is that that's really all that you see. So whenever I was a kid, and you watch these Bassmaster shows, even, several years ago, 2018, 2019, and they would have the shows where they would show the live, and you could just see where all the different anglers were all over the lake and all the different presentations. And then you're like thinking like, ooh, I might need to add that and really adjust how I'm fishing for these fish, and all the different presentations and locations and how you can really like diversify your fishing techniques. And what does that lead me to do? Go out and buy those lures and try them out. So that's the key thing. And I think that with all these things combined, we could probably get the sponsorship dollars to where they need to be and continue to grow the sport, make it more interesting to watch. I think it's not going to make everybody happy, because no matter what you do, somebody's going to be pissed off about this. Right now, you've got all the old guys that are pissed off about forward-facing sonar, cheater box, whatever. And if you took that away, I'm sure a lot of the younger guys that do really well with it are going to be upset too. But I just don't think there's any way to make everybody happy. You kind of got to find a middle ground, and I think this is it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and we'll see what everybody's consensus is. If something comes up, I might make a response video, but this is my opinion, and we'll see what they end up doing for the next season. But as always, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget, get outside, do something awesome, take somebody with you and if you get a chance, and go out and catch some big old donkeys.